Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jeremy, founder of QuickMail.io.
And this is Jack, Chief Lead Generation Officer at salesred.com. Today we have a
Teardown.
teardown,
Yeah.
perfectly synchronized as always, but it's different. It's different. It's a video.
It's a funny one. Yeah.
Right.
Outreach by LinkedIn as well. So
a couple new things, but you've received cold emails, cold LinkedIn message, whatever, that have personalized Loom videos. Now, I'm going to go ahead and coin a phrase here. I'm going to call this creating custom Loom videos for sales outreach as the modern cold call. So today,
voicemail even.
There you go.
Modern voicemail. You just leave like a Loom video and people can watch it.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing I really don't like about Loom as well is that people know when you watch their video. Yeah,
it's true.
Right?
It's true.
And so it's like so annoying. And if you're linked, if you're connected as well, they even know who actually do it. So,
and even better, they even know the email address for the watchers. I understand. If you have your own Loom account, you can see. It's pretty cool.
All right.
I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so let's look at a different style teardown. Are we ready to rock and roll, or are our sponsors going to kill us if we don't mention them?
Yeah, absolutely. Our sponsor is going to kill us. So how to do it. So, but it's only 10 seconds. So can you make it in 10 seconds, Jack?
10 seconds. Yes, I can. Today, most B2B companies lack the time or expertise to turn those cold prospects into warm leads. So at salesbread.com, we'll bring you one lead per day using ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn outreach. Go to salesbread.com/contact. See you there.
That was brilliant, man.
I'm cracking them up. This is good.
I can't, you know, like mic drop at this stage. Like
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Okay, let's go. So QuickMail.io, a great cold email outreach platform with great deliverability, fantastic for agencies. Use the auto warmer for free. Go to QuickMail.io.
Perfect. Okay, so with
not
that,
as good as you, man. Oh man, that was good.
All right, we're gonna dive. Let's check out the first step of this outreach sequence, which was a LinkedIn invite. Maybe we can.
Okay, let me share my screen. I got my LinkedIn account here, part of it. So this was this guy, Keegan Frike. So he sent me just a Loom video with, "Hey Jeremy, I hope this video finds you." Which honestly is fluff and is probably not needed, right?
Let's pause here for a second and see if we would have done this differently. So I think curiosity is the number one influence factor.
I hated it from that for
Okay. What would have made you want to click on the link more?
Oh, I don't think anything needed to be done more, right? I think it's perfect, but I hate it for it, right? I had to check it out because obviously this is cold outreach and I want to figure out what he's actually saying. Maybe it wouldn't have such a strong effect with someone else, right? So, but for me, I needed to do my research, and that's part of doing my research is figuring out like, what are people doing.
Now, let me try something on here because let's imagine we have a 50% view rate. Granted, I think this is maybe optimistic. I don't know if it's 50%, but let's just say it is.
I think it
could
more,
be 40.
Honestly. I think
how many people do you think view this invite message? That's step one. You have to see it. And if you're not an active LinkedIn user, you won't see it. So it can't be 100. So maybe 80% actually see it. Maybe more if he's targeting like active LinkedIn users, but whatever. 80% look at it.
Okay, that's fair.
And then call it in total 60% click that link. Maybe a percentage don't, even if it's just 10% that view it, do not click.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. So 60% of the folks that he makes the video for will open it, will click it. So what I'm tempted is, I'd be curious to test a few words that just briefly covers like the topic you're approaching here. Not in a salesy way, but that way, A, they may be more inclined to check it out. Maybe not a lot, but maybe a little more. And then B, at least the 10% of people that see it but don't click, at least if you hit a trigger with them, then that may get you a seat at the table. You see what I'm saying? Like if, let's say, Jeremy, you needed video editing like yesterday, if that word was on there, just be like, hey, it has to do with some, video editing thing.
Could be. I think
Right.
what would work for me, or I think we'll have a better chance, and I always do that when I send video links, is telling how long this video is. So hey, here's a 2 minutes video. I thought it'd be more thoughtful to send it that way, or to introduce myself that way. Actually,
Cool.
no, don't make it about yourself. But the idea is like, if I click on this link, I should know how much time I invest in it, right? So it could be like, hey,
cool.
here's a 30 seconds video or 1 minute video. Because if it's a 10-minute video, I'm not going to want to watch it, right? So
I think it's
thoughtful, to say that.
Okay. Now check this out. I'm going to add one more thing to it, because looking at this right now, I didn't think this was just for you. I thought it was like an intro video.
I thought that too, honestly. Yeah.
So I would say,
before clicking,
hey, Jeremy, recorded you a quick 30-second video. Boom. Like that's it. And now I'm like, oh, okay, there's a little reciprocity now. They took 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Make me something.
This is a killer thing, actually, because I hate when people say, I made this video for you. It's like, I hate that. But you just said, I recorded 30-second video for you. And it's like much better, I think. I don't know. It's just a word that makes a big difference for me.
Well,
cool.
I think it talks about the work you put in. Okay. Let's see what happens when we go to this link. So
here we go.
Yeah.
What's up, Keegan? Since you're a big fan of the show, maybe, I don't know, you should appreciate this episode. The first thing I noticed is like, why is there so many array? And I think it's probably because it keeps on clicking on a task or redoing a template or whatever that actually makes it this. So that's my first initial thought. I'm not sure if this is correct or not, but seeing that just mean like, dude, you've just been like duplicating lots of things. And so it loses value right away.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Good point. And by the way, Loom grabs the tab title and automatically drops it into the email. Here would go like recommendation for quick mail, or from a big cold email outreach fan, something. Yeah, you can personalize the title to improve your watch rate.
Instead of just, this is my batch for the 28th of June. You can see the date here.
Good point.
Yeah, not that great.
And granted, something should be said, because now we're moving away from like cold email or cold LinkedIn message teardowns. Now we're looking at a video somebody made. Jeremy and I are not evil people, but we're going to give like honest sales feedback to this, because it's a thing. It's outreach. It's in our wheelhouse. But that said,
I think it's pretty cool. Honestly,
he's hustling. He's hustling.
I think it's pretty cool. I appreciate the novelty. I say, it hasn't been played out yet, so it's a good tactic that anyone can try, and that's why we're presenting it today.
Yeah, exactly. So let's learn from Keegan, and we do appreciate the hustle here. So let's check it out. We're gonna not hear the audio, but it's just for subtitles.
That's right. I just put the subtitles on so we can read it. Okay. So, all right. So anything to say here? I'm gonna stop line by line. I'll probably be easier.
Cool. Okay. It says, hey, Jeremy, I'm a huge fan of the Cold Email Outreach podcast. So far, so good.
So far, so good. It's a 1 minute and 10-second video. So I'm very happy to watch it, personally. Okay.
All right. So a step further says, it's probably why I'm feeling nervous. I feel like I'm reaching out to one of my idols. All right. Well, this could be good. Let's.
So far, he earned the right of my attention. So far, okay. Now I'm listening. Okay. So initially there was curiosity, so I click on it, hated it for him, but it's like, okay, it's a fun video. Fine. Yeah. I'm gonna let it sleep, right?
Your episode on 5 ironclad rules for email deliverability with Jack was amazing. I also really enjoyed your episode with Daniel Levi. Okay, let's stop here for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so far so good. I mean,
no, you lost me here.
Okay, help me out. Yeah, like what was weird?
Because basically he used the tactic of the same thing for blogs. Like now when he said that, I'm like, sure he hasn't watched any episodes. It's just like reading the last 2 or 3 episodes that he looked at. It's just like, I mean, come on, no respectful fan will say, I like episode number 235 when you talked about XYZ with Mr. X.
Yeah.
It's
going to be, I can't believe how handsome you and Jack are. This is insane. I'm talking to you.
And actually, he noticed, like, he mentioned 2 episodes, right? And he mentioned like 2 different people, you and someone else. As in, he just watched the 2 episodes. He thought like you were a host on my show. And
a
guest on the show. And it's like, not quite, but
okay.
That's how it sounds.
Let's give like an actionable, here's what to do. It's like, I don't think everyone expects you to be a raving, crazy fan. You don't have to be a crazy fan. You could have said like, hey, Jeremy, I was looking for like really good sales podcasts, and I was so happy I found the Cold Email Outreach show. You and Jack are killing it. Stop saying anything else. That's it. Like
that's one way. I would probably say I would probably be even more. Actually, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'd be doing something like, hey, just discovered your show, watched the last 2 episodes, really enjoyed it. So I'm probably going to watch more of them. That's it. That looks way more like reasonable or realistic than, believable than, huge fan of your show. I'm going to see 2 random ass episodes that I have like, okay, whatever. It's just weird.
Right. So by the way, like when SalesBread does personalization, one of our steps is see if this person has been interviewed or featured on a podcast. And if yes, we just like peruse it. We skip to the middle, listen for 5 minutes, and you're going to get a nugget, right? Like the 2 things that he mentioned, instead of saying the title, if you're going to take the time to do this kind of outreach, you listen to the middle for 5 minutes and said, I appreciated your insights on why subject lines don't really matter, or what Daniel had to say on getting a job with cold email. That's it. And it doesn't take that much longer, and it's authentic.
Or
and
it made me think, what whoever, like what Daniel said, about X really made me rethink some of the things. I'm just saying like X random of anyone.
But our point is, you don't have to fake it. You can just quickly check something out, learn something, share it, move on to the pitch.
That's right. Okay, so here's the pitch.
So it says, I had a quick question for you. My CEO, Brandon wanted me to ask if you're looking for guests to join you on the podcast. Brandon is a 3-time international bestseller.
Yada, yada, yada.
He built a company, blah, blah, blah,
blah, blah, blah. Look at how great his...
He also raised a bunch of money.
You know what we should do? So we should do lip sync, or like, add our own sort of like thing on it, like just chanting things.
For my videos. Okay. So, 3 bullet points of attribute. I would love to connect you with him and provide your audience with a ton of value. Please give me a call or text at
blah, 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 blah,
blah, blah, blah. Don't look at it. Again,
repeating the number.
Wow. Yeah. The captions worked really well. Okay. Thanks, Jeremy. I love the show is how he signed off.
Sorry, Jack, you're out.
That's a good point.
That's so lame.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway. So don't fake it.
Yeah.
It was just a pitch.
It could have been so good. Could have been so good. I mean, it was so close, and then he blew it.
Let's talk about the pitch itself for a minute, because I think there was some like insights to be gleaned from it. It was, had a quick question for you. My CEO asked me to reach out. That was like an interesting way to phrase it.
Yeah, we have this tactic already for cold outreach,
like a CC?
Right? Like, hey, no, exactly. You could put a CC, your CEO or your CTO or whatever, and say, hey, you know, XYZ asked me to reach out to you, and even like having like the sort of like fake email from the CEO sending it. Yeah, exactly. It's a thread. I guess it kind of works, but it doesn't have to. Like, again, if he started with the video saying like, hey, my CEO, wants to go on shows. I happen to have watched, a couple of your shows. I really love them. Honestly, you guys are doing great work.
Yeah.
I've noticed like 1 or 2 people invited on your podcast. Would you actually consider what is the thing that,
and
then here's why, it's like, hey, here's his pedigree or whatever and kind of thing.
Yeah.
Would that work for you? Is that an interest?
Check this out. Okay, check us out. I'm going to do like combined 2 in 1 here, Jeremy.
Okay.
Get your feedback on this. This is how I would do it. And it's also how I got guest posts with Zoom Info and like the people I wanted to write for. But I'm going to just talk through how this person could use it. For personalization and for the pitch, I'm going to look up the last guest on each show. And I'm going to open it up with, hey, Jeremy, I listened to the interview you guys had with Daniel. I loved how he talked about how to get a job using cold email, even if you suck at writing. It was interesting that Daniel was talking to your group about X. It sounded like this resonated well with your audience. If that's true, my CEO who asked me to reach out to you may also be a really good guest, just like Daniel was. His background is X and Y. I think he can play on different things while adding something new to the table, worth a chat. So I'm not saying that's a polished script, but it uses personalization in the pitch and it takes care of it at once.
Yeah, I will still think on this speech, I will still think that this is too selfish, too much. Right, it's still about like me.
Even if you talk about the guest you just had and why you could piggyback.
I mean, the intro is perfect, absolutely perfect. But here's my attempt. I'll say the same thing as you. Great. I will say we do have a large audience of 6,000 salespeople that we'd love to send to your show. To watch this episode, and hopefully they will stick with you longer because honestly, your shows are great. Your show is great, right? Wouldn't that sound more reasonable? Like, hey, I got something to offer to you as well, instead of like me, place my CEO, me.
So good,
right?
Okay, and then let's talk about one other thing because that was well said. We can move on. I think that's an awesome pitch. Now, the call to action was inappropriate. Don't ask someone to call you directly from that.
Never will call.
It's wrong. Yeah, that you're going to get tons of no's. When if he would have just said, "That are you taking guests coming up in the next couple of months?" Worth, can I send you some more details on this guest that you may want to interview? You're going to get twice the yeses. Even though like
people don't like to do cold calling, even if it's not really cold. Like, I mean, personally, I don't call a phone ever at all. If you give me your phone number, I will never call you back because it doesn't work. Like for me, it's email or instant messenger, but it's only with friends and family, right? So you're gonna get an email from me. That's the best you can get from me. A phone call, you will never get me, whatever. So
so modify the CTA.
Everyone owning a podcast that don't like to do phone call, they're out already. I guess that's at least 50%, right?
Very true. Very true. Well,
would I go through the trouble? It's not like if we have more people willing to be on our guests than we want people, on our show, right?
So that's a great point. I mean, let's wrap up with like a review because I think we did this justice. Like we didn't just put somebody on the spot, a salesperson who's trying.
Yes, we did.
Well, no, like I think as long as everyone learned from it and we were honest, I think that's great. And so the 3 takeaways in reverse order is appropriate call to action. Don't ask for a call right away. See if you can get them to say, yeah, we're taking guests and you can send me some more. You should also make the pitch less about you and more value add. See if you can promote their audience with yours. That would be
less fake personalization. Will go much better as well.
The first one, don't fake it. It comes across as pretty disgusting if you say that you're nervous for sending a podcast host a Loom video and you don't even know who the co-host is. Come on, it's me.
Hey, it's great to have you again, Jack, today.
And that's rough. Okay, well, 3 good takeaways, and also that we had a note on the invite message. Should tell them how long it is and that you made it just for them to increase your watch rates, and then change the title. Honestly,
if those small advice acted on, I wouldn't be surprised if it double or triple his positive response rate.
Yeah. You still got to put in the effort, but no doubt it would work way better.
I'm actually thinking I may actually use this strategy. I think it's a great one, or this tactic, and use it more like we discussed. So I'll let you know how many podcasts I'm going on. Yeah.
All right, take me with you. All right.
Of course.
All right, Jeremy. All right. Thank you for sharing the first what do we call it? Modern cold call teardown.
I think it's an interesting new one that I think we're gonna see more and more until everyone pissed off of clicking on Loom videos and not going to do it anymore. So you probably got like a 2 months window on this one. So enjoy, have fun.
True. All right, man. See you next time. Thank you.
Catch you later, Jack. Bye.
Bye.